Blue Phoenix. What's going on?
Okay, so we broke our teams up into three different groups. Virtual keyboard, joystick, and armrest. What my group did was we went around. I went around to each table and asked people if they could actually test our joystick for us, because we configured the buttons onto the joystick how we wanted them. It says like space, sticky shift, sticky key. It's supposed to be sticky key. So sticky shift, tab, back, and enter. We had to tape that on, but I thought I said that first. Oh, space. Thank you. So we had to tape it on because they weren't sticking. So because of that, like not really knowing what it is when you're like actually first get on, we were thinking about maybe using Subaru to actually make the button, or we could 3D print it to be like a lock-on, or you can change it if you wanted to. And then as we got people to test it, we like got them to say what they were thinking as they were using it. And then we also made them take a speed test of how fast they could write with it. Somebody said it was pretty damn good, but the sensitivity was high. So after like 3 people or so, we were getting the sensitivity was too high. So we lowered the sensitivity, and then we had people test it, or some people tested it again. And then they were like, it's okay, but the new sensitivity is low. And then some people said the letters were too big, the buttons needed to be bigger. So we took all that into account, and we were deciding on like, when we actually make our virtual keyboard, because we use the on-screen one, make the letters bigger.
Have you taken account to the height of the joystick itself?
That's about part.
So me and my partner was running armrest, but we decided to make like a ramp for the cushion to sit on, and then we just like hold the joystick like this, and it will like attach to the joystick, and then we'll move it together, and then you can move it from forward and backwards if you want.
So, me and Abhishek were looking to see how we're going to be putting together the on-screen keyboard. And a lot of the responses today were that, the letters were a bit too small, it was really hard to maneuver if the letter was right next to it and things like that. So we've been taking that into consideration. Also today we're looking to see if it'd be a lot easier if she was writing in a web browser, to have it as an extension. And so if we could just code an extension that anyone could download later on when we show everyone that we did this, so that it could just be nice and easy.
Nice.
Any questions?
No question, but a comment. I really like that you actually had people go and test it out, and that you used their feedback into consideration. It's something we should all probably follow, if possible.
Julia?
My question is, when it comes to the button mapping and stuff like that, those are the buttons that she wanted. Did she tell you the kind of layout that she actually wanted?
Yeah, that's the layout she wanted.
I mean, like,
that was what was comfortable with her, which is why we're thinking more of the having the 3D printed keys indicating it, because then she could change it any time, or anyone else who's using this idea could change whatever they wanted to be mapped onto the joystick.
Somewhere, I tried to find it right now, but I couldn't. We have a label maker. You guys wanted to use that?
Easy for now, because these post-its keep falling off.
I hate them.
So like these labels that you see on the laptops that say like mouse, they look like that.
Okay.
Awesome.
This is a question for everybody. Listening to everyone so far, it seems like you guys all might be at a place where having either Paul or Vanita or someone else come back and try your prototypes where they're at might be helpful. Do you think you'd rather, like, if I were to ask Vanita, Kate's gonna escape. Hi, Kate. Do you think if I were to ask Vanita or Paul or somebody else to come back and play test stuff, would you rather next week or maybe in 2 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Because it has to be enough time to still be able to change it based on their feedback. But yeah, okay, 2 weeks. I'll see who's available. Yay, good job, Aqua Blue Phoenix.